So Brittany, have you thought about what you wanted to do for a career after high school?
Not yet. I know we've been talking about it a lot in school, but I really don't want to go to a college for that long, and I have no ideas. Wait, what about a career in water?
Oh my gosh, that's a good idea. We could go talk to that Greg guy because he has a career in water and we could learn some stuff from him.
95%, 99% of the people that drive by here have no clue what goes on here. Yeah,
Right.
they have no.
Yeah.
But we had a big impact in that in 2008 we had a flood here. So people then couldn't turn on that faucet and take it for granted. Now they had to go get bottled water, drinking water. They had to get water for flushing the toilets, things of that nature. And so I think that kind of changed their perspective a little bit more, and they realized that that's a valuable resource that we take for granted every day. It's there, it's clean, it's safe, and it's reliable. We've got the Jordan Aquifer, our wells, the well house, and then the water goes through the sand settling tank, through the treatment plant, out into the reservoir, high service pumps pump it out in the normal. We've got both a high pressure and low pressure system, booster stations boosted up into the high pressure system. The Jordan Aquifer in this area here is down to a depth of 1,345 feet deep. So it's about 100 foot, that Jordan Aquifer. We are protected from the surface down to about 960 foot with a 14-inch well casing. The reason that well casing is there are other aquifers and levels of water above this, but we don't want that water to get into that aquifer to contaminate it. In northeast Iowa, there are sinkholes. And those sinkholes are a conduit directly to the shallower aquifers, shallower well bases. So we're protected from any of those sinkholes and other ground or surface areas that might contaminate our drinking water. There are roughly 80 trillion gallons of water available in the Jordan Aquifer. The problem with the aquifers that we deal with is that they're not recharged as often as we would like to have them recharged. So over a number of years, we've lost our capacity, what we call pressure capacity. The actual level of this water goes up to about 280 feet. Well, our pumps are set at 460 foot. When we initially, back 25 years ago, they were about 300 foot. So we've dropped 160 foot for a number of reasons. We've got more industries that are using that water. Ethanol plants, they're using a million to 1.5 million gallons from each one of those a day. So we've got some more industries that are using that water from the Jordan Aquifer as well. 80% of the water that is consumed by Iowans comes from groundwater. The other 20% is from the Mississippi River, the Missouri River, lakes, and reservoirs. What type of school or education does it take to be an operator, a water plant operator? Education to have a grade 4, which is the highest level of certification in the state of Iowa, grade 4, requires a 4-year college degree or 2-year college degree and experience in a grade 3 or 4 water treatment plant. The other operators, depending on what grade they have to have a minimum of grade 2. They also have to have a 2-year college education, a minimum of 2-year college post-high school education, and work in another water treatment facility or experience any other work-related experience. Our day starts, I have an operator here at 6:30 in the morning, and he goes off of his shift at 3 o'clock. The rest of the staff come here at 7 o'clock or 7:30 in the morning. And my typical day would be to look at the logs, the reports, the information that's coming off of the computers.
Recommend this to people trying to find a job?
Oh, definitely. There's very, very little turnover in this industry. All the operators and myself, we enjoy what we're doing. There are 1,200 of these. So you've got an anion membrane and a spacer for flow, and then a cation membrane. One is positive, one is negative. So every 15 minutes, that polarity reverses from either a negative polarity or positive. When it reverses, it goes through a cleaning process of 45 seconds and then goes back online. Opposites always attract. So the radium that we're bringing from that well is going to have a positive or a negative. It's going to be a 226 or 228 isotope. If it's a negative, it attaches itself to that calcium or magnesium ion. Calcium and magnesium comes from the limestone. When the water goes through the limestone, it's picking up that hardness, that calcium and magnesium. So opposites attract. When it's coming in here, then it's going to go to the opposite polarity of whatever we have, a cation or an anion. They're either going to be a negative or a positive charge. Our water goes through the stacks. There are three stages. There are 24 stacks per EDR unit. There are 4 EDR units. We've got 96 stacks on the floor. This is the 5th largest EDR plant in the world. This process is the best available technology. So it's taking out, if we had high sulfites or sulfates, we would take that out as well.
Water would be important to me for several reasons. One, I'd be dead, and the rest of us would be dead without it, so I think it's important in that regard. Two, we live in an agricultural state that tends to get pretty good rainfall and is the breadbasket of the world, so water in terms of rain, in terms of crop usage is very important to us. In Iowa, I think we have the unique perspective of being very fortunate in the amount of rainwater and stuff that we get with our soil that allows us to grow crops. But on the other hand, we have some of the worst water quality in the nation because of all the chemicals that we use in the ground. And so that's something that you concern yourself with as well. I live on the Cedar River. I would maybe go on the Cedar River every now and then. I would never eat a fish out of the Cedar River, or certainly wouldn't eat very many. So I think that in terms of Iowa, why water is important to me, I think it's important, one, obviously, from a realistic perspective that you need to have it to survive, but two, we need to do a better job managing our resources to make sure that we can have it in terms of future generations and also for recreation sources.
So did this experience help you figure out what you want to do for your future career?
Yeah, it's actually gave me a few ideas, and I might actually look into water management.